So, you want to learn how to build a small block turret on a large ship like a corvette? Well, I'm happy you joined us for this very special episode. As you might have seen through the title of this video, we are looking at how to build a smaller block weapon salvo for a large ship. So this would be good and handy for freighters or corvettes, something with a fixed gun that large ship blocks just don't have. For instance, like a Gatling gun, or maybe like an autocannon, but just fixed on the front. This also allows you to have very intricate designs. So what we're going to do today is look at some of the basic ways to hook up that weapon to the rest of your ship and add a little extra detail. So let's get into the basics. So as you can see, we have our little boar craft from our last episode. If you missed that, go check it out. It's posted probably about a week ago. And in that video, we designed a small bounty hunter Millennium Falcon kind of looking ship. And this was the result of it. Now, I left it on a cliffhanger with no weapons for a specific video dedicated to showing how you can build little weapons for a craft such as this. Now, you could also make little turrets. We can probably do a video on that at some point. But for now, we're going to work on fixed weapons, making big, cool looking fixed weapons for your ship. So the first thing you want to do is go to your hinges and make sure that all of the existing heads have been deleted, which I have already done in a previous video. But then I want you to add a small head to that. Now, this will allow you to have now a small ship block within this large ship. So now that we have that all set up, we can go ahead and start adding our small ship blocks. So I'm going to do two kinds of styles of guns. So I'm going to make a gun on this side, and then I'll make one on that side, completely different from the other one. But we're just going to do a simple and pretty easy style. We're just going to turn this so it is the right orientation that we like. That seems pretty good to me. And then we can go ahead and add any amount of weapon that we so choose. And now that we have a connector and it's on a hinge, this is still all connected up with the rest of the ship. So I'm going to go ahead and add some Gatling guns and these reloadable rocket pods, just for something very simple. Now, as you can see, it's pretty plain, pretty basic. There's really not a lot going on here, but we are able to add multiple different weapons onto the ship. Now we want to try and make it look somewhat intricate. You can add your own existing flare, or if you have like a long artillery and you want to make some sort of long cannon, you can do that. But for this, I'm just going to keep it very simple and just make it blend in with the rest of the ship. Okay, so now that we have that kind of sorted out, I went for like a blocky, chunky kind of look, because that's kind of how those blocks are specifically placed. For instance, like the rocket pod on top of that rocket pod with the giant conveyor section right there. It's hard to kind of make that all flush together really nicely and really well, but I think that this kind of look goes well with the rest of the ship. But now I'm going to take you to the other side and show you a different way that you can hook up a hinge to your ship and make it look a little slimmer, a little sleeker, a little better. Okay, so now that we're on the other side of the ship, what we're going to try and do is take this small hinge and center it onto this hinge and connect it. Now I know what you're saying. Isn't it just going to be floating there? Yes, it will. But it's still connected in Space Engineers and it still works perfectly fine. Now this allows you to make kind of a nice round shape to the base of your fixed gun. So it's actually going to look really nice along with the rest of this rounded kind of hinge. So it's going to look nice and flush. It doesn't have to be bulky. You can make it slim and sleek and pretty much however you want it to be. So all you want to do is make sure you place it so it's just touching the hinge. So we'll go like right there, and then we'll get our character. We'll get inside. We'll click this hinge right here. We'll attach, and you'll notice that right over here, it is now attached to the rest of the hinge, and it's just kind of floating there. But if we get our character, go in here, press 9. If we move the ship around, that hinge stays in place. It looks kind of silly and funny, but we can make it look really cool. So let's go ahead and make a simple design for this hinge weapon. So we're going to bring a conveyor tube all the way out, maybe to there. And then for weapons, we are going to put, let's try the assault cannon and the auto cannon, just to get some weapon variation. So we're going to place the assault cannon right here. We're going to make sure that those extra hinge pieces are facing like that. And we're going to take the auto cannon, place one on top and one on the bottom, like that. So we kind of have our forked pronged looking weapon right here. It's just a different variation. So now we've got this like heavy long distance firing mode for the small ship. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take this very simple gun design and change it. Sorry, we're going to meld it and make it look a little more like it belongs with the ship and not so much like a giant pitchfork. So let's just do this. So here we have it. We have fully completed this corvette, freighter kind of looking ship. And I think it turned out great. So I like the idea of actually having this like long looking kind of antenna barrel looking thing. Like it honestly just looks like a random antenna, but obviously it has its auto cannons. It has the assault cannon on it for that heavy damage dealing firepower, and then it's got this big bulky block on the right hand side with missile pods and Gatling turrets. And we're just going to test that out because that's going to be awesome. So if we go ahead and get into our cockpit view and we take a look, we'll shoot our missiles at this frigate. Very pleasing to look at. We'll get an outside view. Very nice. Then we'll switch over to the Gatling turrets. Oh yeah. Now the one thing about this is that it is off-center to everything, so it is a little hard to hit things, but I could easily solve that by putting a camera onto one of these fixed weapons so that when you fly, you just use that camera to aim out, line up your shot onto whatever ship you're attacking. Well, let's go ahead and let's use these auto cannons on this side of the ship, the left side. And of course, they're shooting magnificently. And then we will switch over to our assault cannon to see the damage we do with that. Oh, beautiful, and it bounced right away. You can kind of see the red dot, yeah, right there in the shadow. So we can line that up, shoot down there towards the reactor, grab our Gatling guns. I believe they have a, yeah, you see where they're gonna hit. I guess it's easier to see those dots when it's in the shadow. Switch over into the turret or missiles. Oh, I'm having so much fun with this. And then we'll shoot those. Oh, amazing. I'm happy with this ship. But that's all I have for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you are subscribed, be sure to check out the Discord server. It is running strong. It is so much fun. We have events hosted every now and again. We got build challenges, tournaments, all that good stuff. Let me know in the comments down below if you learned something from this video and if you're going to try it out in one of your builds. And I can't wait to make the next video. Stay tuned this Friday, or I will be streaming around 8 o'clock. We're back to our normal routine. Let's go! Anyways, it's been a good time, and I'll see you in the next. And as always, stay thick, stay healthy, stay chonk, my chonk soldiers. This has been your Lord playing Space Engineers once again, now signing off.